Let me ask you something no one dares to say out loud. What if the most powerful healing tool you'll ever hold is already in your hands? I'm talking about ancient mudras, those seemingly innocent hand positions seen in statues, temples, and sacred texts. But these aren't just spiritual decorations. They're forbidden signs, carefully guarded for centuries because of the raw energy they can unlock inside your body and mind. While millions search for answers in pills, gadgets, and expensive therapies, a few quietly harness these mysteries every single day. They stabilize emotions, restore health, sharpen mental clarity, simply by using their fingers with precise intent. You're about to discover how these 7 mudras can quietly transform your daily life in ways most people can't even imagine. And listen, if you find this kind of deep, almost hidden knowledge as fascinating as I do, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now. Because here, we go way beyond surface-level advice. We dive into the ancient wisdom that can actually change the way you experience your own existence. Now, stay with me, because once I reveal how each of these mudras works, you'll never see your hands or your energy the same way again. You've probably seen those hand gestures before, the ones in ancient statues, paintings, or even in modern yoga classes. But have you ever stopped to wonder why they keep showing up across different cultures, eras, and religions? Buddha, Christ, Seraphim of Sarov, all with hands delicately positioned in seemingly strange ways. Coincidence? Not even close. These are mudras, mysterious forbidden signs that carry a hidden code buried deep in history. Now here's where things get a little more unsettling. These aren't just symbolic decorations. No, my friend, they're precise instruments to manipulate energy itself. Think about that. For thousands of years, masters have silently passed down these mudras, knowing full well the power they hold. And yet, most people today barely know they exist. But you're not most people, are you? Because once you peek behind this curtain, you start asking dangerous questions. Why have these forbidden signs been kept alive for millennia? What secret were they protecting? And more importantly, could you learn to use this energy for yourself? That's exactly where we're headed next, into the very origin of these mystery-filled handcodes. The word mudra comes from Sanskrit, meaning seal or symbol. But calling it just a gesture is like calling a nuclear reactor just a machine. These hand positions are ancient tools designed to command energy deliberately. In Hinduism, Buddhism, and various yogic disciplines, mudras have served as gateways to divine connection for thousands of years. You see one, and you're seeing a carefully coded language. Imagine a monk, seated under a Bodhi tree, fingers interlocked in a very specific form. It's not for show. That particular mudra is channeling internal energy, influencing breathing, calming the nervous system, even triggering spiritual awakenings. That's why they're sometimes referred to as forbidden signs, because the untrained eye doesn't see the blueprint hidden in plain sight. It gets even more fascinating when you realize that these hand positions aren't random. Each finger, each touch point corresponds to different elements, organs, and flows of energy in the body. The thumb might control fire, the index finger, air, the pinky, water. Ancient practitioners designed these mudras to fine-tune the entire human system, like a master craftsman adjusting a grand cosmic instrument. And here's a little secret most people overlook. Every time you hold your phone, clasp your hands, or even rest your fingers a certain way, you're unknowingly triggering mini-mud. The real question is, what if you did it consciously? What if you could deliberately harness this mystery to strengthen your mind, body, and spirit? That's where we're going next. For centuries, Eastern cultures have whispered about the transformative power of mudras, not just as spiritual decoration, but as direct tools to heal the body, sharpen the mind, and awaken the soul. They believed these forbidden signs could activate dormant energy systems, reinforcing the immune system, and even dissolving diseases that modern medicine still struggles to explain. Take, for instance, the ancient yogis of India, or the monks in secluded Buddhist monasteries. When illness approached, they didn't always reach for herbs or potions. Instead, they would sit, breathe deeply, and form precise mudras, allowing energy channels to realign and correct internal imbalances. In some cases, anxiety melted away, fevers cooled, and strength returned, all from the silent choreography of their fingers. Modern science might raise its skeptical eyebrow, but let's be real, we still can't fully explain how placebos, heal, or how people recover from terminal illnesses unexpectedly? Could it be that these ancient mysteries tapped into layers of the human system we've only begun to scratch? After all, if the body is electric, and it is, wouldn't it make sense that specific signals, like mudras, could influence that flow? And here's where things really start to get provocative. What if you could start applying these techniques? Imagine starting your morning not with scrolling social media, but with 10 minutes of deliberate energy work through mudras, a small ritual that might sharpen your focus, calm your anxiety, and even strengthen your immune defenses. But to do that, you need to understand where this energy is actually flowing, and that's our next stop. Think about your hands for a moment. Those seemingly ordinary tools you use all day. What if I told you they're not just bones and muscles, but sophisticated control panels for your entire body's energy system? That's exactly what ancient traditions discovered. Your hands are mapped with intricate energy highways connected directly to vital organs. Every touch, every finger position subtly influences your internal world. For example, when you press your thumb against your middle finger, you're not just fidgeting, you're activating specific energy meridians tied to digestion and heart function. The mudras act like fine-tuning knobs, allowing you to regulate stress, improve circulation, and sharpen your mental clarity. In many ways, it's like having your own personal forbidden signs manual for optimal health. If you know how to read it, ever notice how instinctively people rub their hands together when nervous, or how certain hand massages seem to ease headaches or stomach aches? That's not random. Those unconscious gestures may be primitive echoes of mudras, subtly guiding energy back into balance. Imagine amplifying those effects with conscious precision. A few minutes daily could become a powerful self-healing habit. Now, of course, the real magic happens when you combine these mudras with breath control and focused attention. Because once you start consciously directing your energy, you're not just improving your physical health, you're stepping into something much bigger. You're accessing ancient knowledge that leads straight into the deepest layers of the mystery itself. And yes, it gets even more fascinating from here. For years, skeptics dismissed these ancient ideas as mere superstition, but modern science has begun to catch up, and what they're finding is turning heads. Advanced imaging techniques have revealed structures in the body that mirror what Eastern masters described long ago, physical channels where energy flows. What they once called meridians, we now see as networks of microscopic tubes, transporting fluids, even influencing stem cell development. In Japan, researchers discovered a web-like system inside blood vessels, an entirely different layer, overlooked by traditional anatomy. In Korea, the Bonghan duct. In China, new imaging tools confirming energy-sensitive pathways. The ancients were mapping these forbidden signs long before MRI machines ever existed. It's as if their understanding of energy was both poetic and profoundly precise. When skeptics argue there's no scientific proof, they're often decades behind emerging research. The deeper scientists dig, the more they uncover these hidden infrastructures. Could it be that these mudras were precise tools designed to influence not just the nervous system, but cellular regeneration itself? That's not mysticism, that's bioelectric manipulation at its finest. And that leads us to a mind-bending thought. If our bodies hold such intricate energy networks, could the very earth beneath our feet operate by similar principles? Could these ancient practices actually reflect universal laws of mystery and balance? Keep that thought close, because we're about to connect dots that most people never even consider. The deeper you go, the harder it becomes to dismiss. As modern science maps out these microscopic canals, it's discovering something even more astonishing. They transport fluids rich in stem, cell-forming materials, the very building blocks of life. The ancients weren't just playing with signs, they were manipulating biological regeneration through mudras and conscious control of energy flow. Now pause for a second. We live in an age obsessed with longevity, pills, diets, cold plunges. But what if the secret was right in front of us all along? A set of simple mudras practiced for mere minutes each day, influencing stem cell activity, strengthening immunity, and accelerating healing. No expensive machines, just your hands, breath, and intention directing the mystery inside your body. And the parallels don't stop with humans. Look at the Earth, crisscrossed by its own networks, ley lines, magnetic fields, energy grids. The same patterns repeat themselves at micro and macro scales, hinting at a universal design governed by energy. The mudras weren't designed in isolation. They're part of this larger blueprint, reflecting ancient knowledge that sees life as deeply interconnected. So now you have to wonder if your body mirrors the Earth's energy systems. Could practicing these forbidden signs do more than just heal you? Could it tune you into something far greater, a cosmic frequency hidden in plain sight? That's the door we're about to open next, but tread carefully, because now the practice gets very real. You don't need a monastery or a mountain to begin. The beauty of mudras is their simplicity, but that simplicity hides incredible depth. Before you even form your first hand position, there's preparation. Start by warming your hands. Rub them together gently. Feel the friction. That warmth isn't random. You're awakening the flow of energy, inviting it to move freely before you guide it. Next, posture. Sit upright, shoulders relaxed, spine straight. Think of your body like a finely tuned antenna, ready to channel and distribute energy. Control your breath. Slow, deep inhales through the nose, steady exhales through the mouth. Already, your nervous system begins to respond, lowering stress and creating space for the mystery to unfold. When forming the mudras, don't force your fingers. There's no need for strain or tension. Light, intentional contact is all it takes to activate the correct energy channels. Some traditions recommend holding a mudra for as little as 5 minutes, while others suggest longer sessions of up to 30 minutes for deeper effects. The key isn't the duration, it's the consistency and emotional state you bring to the practice. And here's where most people go wrong. They treat it like a mechanical exercise, but mudras respond to emotional alignment. If you sit angry or distracted, your energy scatters. But if you approach each session with calm focus and genuine intention, something shifts. The body starts to hum with a subtle current, a soft, undeniable pulse of mystery awakening beneath your fingertips. And as you'll soon see, each mudra carries its own unique signature. Let's get practical now, because not all mudras are created equal. Each one carries a distinct blueprint, targeting specific areas of your health and energy balance. Take the mudra of earth, for instance. This one grounds you, offering stability when your world feels shaky. If you're feeling overwhelmed or scattered, spending 10 minutes with this mudra can restore a surprising sense of resistance and inner calm. Now, meet the mudra of life, a powerhouse for vitality. Feeling sluggish, mentally foggy? This forbidden sign activates your internal battery, stimulating both physical strength and mental clarity. It's like sipping a strong cup of coffee without the crash afterward. A few minutes of focused practice can help reset your drive, especially on those days when you feel you've got nothing left in the tank. The mudra of water brings balance to hydration and skin health. Ever noticed how chronic stress shows up in dry skin, brittle nails, or unexplained fatigue? This mudra helps regulate internal fluid dynamics, subtly influencing how your body absorbs and distributes water. One of the most overlooked keys to vibrant energy and radiant skin. Even your morning skincare routine could benefit from a few minutes with this practice. Then there's the mudra of air, which works wonders on anxiety and restless minds. In a world addicted to chaos and constant stimulation, this mystery tool slows everything down. Just 5 minutes before a stressful meeting or after a long day can bring your breath into sync and melt away the nervous chatter. And finally, the mudra of the sun, your personal guardian of heart health and protection. But as you'll soon see, the real depth of these mudras emerges when we explore their relationship with your internal power grid, the chakras. Now we step into the core of it all, where mudras meet your internal power stations. These spinning wheels of energy govern not just physical health, but your emotions, your focus, your spiritual balance. When you combine mudras with specific chakras, you're not just playing with hand signs, you're fine-tuning your entire being, like adjusting the frequency of a cosmic radio station. Take the root chakra, your foundation. When life feels unstable, combining grounding mudras with root chakra focus can restore that much-needed sense of security. Then there's the heart chakra, often blocked by emotional wounds. Practicing the mudra of the sun while focusing on this center can stimulate heart function, emotional release, and even strengthen compassion, not just for others, but for yourself. The throat chakra, that's your voice, your truth. Ever feel like you can't express yourself? Certain mudras, when combined with breath control and throat chakra visualization, can unlock your confidence, helping your words flow with power and authenticity. You see, these aren't just mystical ideas, they're precise tools for managing your own emotional and physical energy every single day. And this brings us full circle to a simple yet powerful realization. These ancient forbidden signs offer a personal roadmap, not only to heal, but to evolve. You're not merely a passive passenger in life's chaos. You have the ability to consciously adjust your internal systems through simple daily rituals. But there's one final piece: you need to fully embrace this mystery. And that's where our journey concludes. So now you know. 7 simple mudras, 7 ancient forbidden signs capable of unlocking pathways of energy that most people never even knew existed. But let me ask you, what are you going to do with this knowledge? Will you let it sit in your mind as just another interesting fact? Or will you take the first step and start experimenting with the power literally at your fingertips? Imagine how your life could shift if you dedicated just 10 minutes a day to this practice. Less anxiety, sharper focus, stronger immunity, more emotional balance. Aren't you curious to see how your own body responds when you finally take control of your internal mystery? Because at the end of the day, no guru, no doctor, no therapist can do this part for you. Only you can. I want to hear your thoughts. Which of these mudras do you feel called to try first? Drop it down in the comments, share your experience, and let's build a community of people tapping into real ancient wisdom. And if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button, turn on the notifications, and join me as we continue to explore the hidden codes that unlock your true potential.